I'm Ceekay Jones. Genre music, first and foremost, is hip hop, you know, but I'm all over the board with music, you know, as a songwriter, as a musician. I do everything from hip hop to pop to rock to hardcore to, you know, to R&B. It's all there. It's what I do. So before music, which is kind of how music found me, I was a professional snowboarder. So in my teen years, I grew up, you know, in athletics, and obviously snowboarding was something that came to me in my teen years, and I turned professional at an early age, toured all over, you know, competing, you know, doing the X Games thing and all that kind of stuff. And during a downtime where I actually needed some surgery on my knees, I had always played around with hip hop and music for that matter, you know, influenced by things, you know, and so hip hop and punk rock were there for me, and so I'd always mess around, you know, freestyling and stuff like that. And so during that downtime with you know, rehabbing my knees, I ended up going back to my hometown where I'd grown up, met with some friends, ended up in a band. 7 years went by touring with a band. I never looked back to snowboarding. Music kind of just found me, and that's why, you know, to this day I could have never told you that I had plans on being a musician or being into hip hop. You know, it was just something that kind of happened. I'm the Gucci punk. That's a hot question, everybody. It's controversy, man, because, you know, with that, it's just two polar opposite things, and that's kind of who I am. You know, I'm all over the place. So like like I was saying, hip hop and punk rock for me were you know, my core basis in growing up in music. So I love punk rock style, I love punk rock music. I also love hip hop, and I also love high fashion, you know, and that's Italian, streamlined, clean, you know, and I always loved that about that, and that's what attracted me towards that brand, and so I've always kind of had this, you know, thing for Gucci, and but I'm also super gutter, I'm super punk rock, so I just kind of molded the two together, and that kind of defines me. It's kind of how I dress, it's kind of how I act. You know, I'm punk rock, but I'm also high fashion. So that's where Gucci punk came from. It was like, damn, you know, you rock Gucci, but you a punk. So that I'm going to be dropping is called Banging on the Walls, and also going to be shot by the Makers and directed by the Makers. The song is also produced by them as well. We keep it real in-house, that's the family. So it features Ruthless, aka Ruth Pineda, who's also known for being on the hit TV show LA Inc. She's a famous Filipino tattoo artist, but she's also an amazing singer and vocalist, and we've been friends for a long time, and we came together on this song, and she was a perfect fit for it. So that's the second single. It's a major single. I'm super excited to put that one out, and we're gonna be shooting the video here in the next couple of weeks, and that'll be the next to hit.
The Gucci punkin', speakers stay bumpin', pulling out my sex pistol, I'ma shoot something. That's why they call me Kid Vicious. Got an auntie in my bed and another doing dishes, both looking so delicious, and I'm about to get up on one. Rest assured it's happening as soon as this is song done. We Cheech and Chong and Kush 2020, eyesight, mind right, and we do it all night long. And with the tax man, looking for some action.
Right now, this fall, I'm doing about 35 dates on the west of the U.S. We're going to do the East Coast and eastern dates in the spring, about 35 the same. So I'm taking off here in a couple weeks to do that. I'm co-support for Big B, and yeah, man, this is the first time for me that I'm going out on my own and stepping out on stage, just me, as a solo act. You know, I've done shows here and there, like the one we were just talking about with Drake, but I've never done a full tour, you know, on my own, and I've always been with bands. So I'm excited. We're going to be all over the place, and I'm ready to just, you know, debut this new music that I got going on that everybody's been waiting for. So